Comics.
Tiger Comics.
Nighttiger Comics.
Nighttiger Comics.
What? Nighttiger Comics?
Nighttiger Comics.
Yeah. You never know what you're missing. What's up, comic book junkies? Here in the comic room. Just went to the flea market this morning. I had some books to show. Let me get a light over here. Nobody's in, which is fine. I didn't expect anyone to be in this early. I just want to, it's easier to do a live show. And I was hoping to get these bagged before the show started. I was close, but I got some magazines that were bigger than the bags. I had to make bags and almost finished making them. But so we'll start out. I'm going to make this bag and we'll start out with this haul. We got one watching. So I just went to the flea market, bought about 5 magazines. This was one of them, Arthur Adams, Modern Master Volume number 6. I think it's just from 2007. Originally, it was a $14.95 book. And it talks about Arthur Adams and it actually interviews him, shows how he draws, introduction. I'm just kind of getting into Arthur Adams. I never really knew who he was. I heard a lot of people mention his art, and then when I saw his art in a few different comics, I was like, yeah, he's a good artist. All right, so this is how I make the big bag. I take a magazine bag and I cut the end off of it. Take a treasury board. What's up, Comic Book G-Spot? So I take a comic book treasury board. I cut it into the magazine size. I take a magazine. I cut off one end. And this is when you have a magazine that is bigger than the Mylar. You slide that in there like this. And then you take another comic magazine and you cut the other end off of it. And you slide that on. And I just made one. It worked out pretty well. And guess what? You got to be careful if you don't cut these right because of the flap. I've done this, like, gone through several bags trying to get one bag correct. And slide this on the end like this. I hope I made it long enough. Just barely. I think it's actually too short. I got to cut another one. So let me cut another one real quick. The waste of bags, though. You go through cutting up a lot of bags. Okay, here we go. Oh, man, I hope I cut this one right. It seems like it might be too short, too. What's up, man? A bunch of people are jumping in here. Jerry's in here. Good morning. Good morning. So I just showed this magazine I picked up. I'm making a bag for it. And it's Arthur Adams art. This lady had like I don't even know what it was, like a chest full of comics. And she kept trying to tell me, take them all. And I'm like, no. And then what? There wasn't all that good stuff in there. I left the Adam Hughes book from the early 2000s. I'll see the name of it, The Pride or something it was called. All right, here we go. This is gonna work, people. Actually, I've done it before, so I know it's gonna work. The trick is you can't really put any tape on the front of the bag because it will detract from the presentation of the magazine. I try to put all the tape on the back of it. And it's looking good. Dang it, man. It was looking good, guys. All right, hold on with me. I'm sorry. I should just go on to the haul. But I'm kind of like to always get stuff like done instead of putting it off. And I just want to show you how to make these bags. If you you have magazines that are too big for them. And this one it came out pretty good, but it's not tight as it should be. I just did another one and it was really good. All right. I'm taping this. We saw this Arthur Adams magazine. There you go. In the Mylar now. Okay, so let's go on with the haul. I went up to the flea market this morning. I grabbed this one also. I was happy to find this one. I love Michael Golden, Volume 12, 2007. He did that Avengers Annual 10. It's one of my favorite comics. Nice Good Girl Batman cover. This is, like I said, Volume 12, 2007. So there's that one. And then I got a couple of these. Don Newton, The Art and the Life of. You know, he passed away young. Great artist. He had a great run on Detective and Batman. I love his art. Okay, let me look at some comments here. We got Paul Acosta in here from Portugal. What's up, brother? Comic G-Spot, Jerry the Jitterbug. Oh, we got a new Schwab 4 Comics. What's going on, brother? I'm actually editing a haul right now where I'm getting it ready for YouTube, but I'll probably put it up later this week. Got a couple of hauls, Golden Age, some LCS stuff. So back to the flea market. Now, when I go to the flea market, I try not to buy anything but comics. It's so easy to buy other stuff. And then you come home. What's up, Eric? Then you come home with this stuff. This lady had a dummy like puppet of Mickey Mouse, but I couldn't find any markings on it. She had $3 on it, but I'm like, Mike, you're here to buy comics. There was another lady had a gremlin stuffed animal, and I looked it up and finally found out it was 2018, and I was hoping it's from the 80s. So Black Widow issue number 26. What's the focus of that? Paul Galassi and Doug Monk interview. These are all $1. And then the last one, Jerry, Shazam. I don't like that cover, though. I think it's really bad. But supposedly this is focusing on a cartoon. I didn't even know there was a cartoon in the 2000s. Saturday Morning Heroes, Flying High. So I got to check that out. Number 30, that's from 2000. Okay, so that was all the mags this morning from the flea market. Let's get into some comic books. I found this. I didn't know it was called Giant Edition Jim Hardy comic book. Never knew about this. It's from 1944, but it's a reprint. But it has 128 pages, and it has Mirror Man. It has Triple Threat, and they're from Tip Top Comics. I think this may also be reprints from King Comics. No, Sparkler Comics. But I have the issue that has their first appearance, and his first appearance is in Tip Tops. I think it's 65. Really cool book. I paid less than $50 for this thing. For what? 2/3 of superhero stuff? I'll take it. I wish they'd have put these guys on the front, and it's not a Jim Hardy. All right, where we at? Okay, I picked this up. It's a Canadian edition of Spy and Counter Spy. Really great cover. You got the wanted poster up there, and then they're pulling off her disguise. Good girl cover. The American version has a light blue walls on the background of the cover. Very happy to get that. I paid. What did I pay for this? I paid less than $50. And the guy that I bought this from, he blocked me years ago. I don't even know why. So I had to create a second account anytime I want to buy from him. I forget the seller, but he's always got free shipping. He's from Canada, and he has a lot of great books. And that's from 1950. And I've been looking for a copy of this for a while. A lot of the copies on eBay are really low grade, like 2.0 stuff. This is probably a 4. Really tough book to get, and anything higher than that, probably. This was $8 on eBay. Nice Good Girl Calamity Cake cover. Good Girl Western, which I love. My brother Joe Lyons, a black box, silver and bronze. I'm a robot. I can't speak. Turned me on to this character, Calamity Kate. I think the big book is the issue before or after this, where she's like really big on the cover. That is a great cover. And nice grade. $8 for this was a steal. And that's from 1950 also, September. Okay, so I picked up a second copy of Wiz Comics number 36. And this is the first time that the word Halloween is used in comic books. You can even see it's not even spelled the way that we spell it. But before this issue, it was Hallow Eve. So I don't know how they made the transition, but pretty cool. I got a second copy of it. It's got Nazis on the cover. Got the ghost on the cover. You can see a little Nazi insignia right there. It's a good story. I read this whole book. Really good. All right, so moving on. That's number 36 from 1942. Don't you guys just love the sound of like Mylar? And people are on camera and you can hear them like doing something below. And I just love the sound of Mylar. All right, moving on. I don't know if I showed this or not. It was Captain Marvel number 11 from 1942. Picked it up from my comic shop. It has some bug chew damage up here, but it doesn't hit any of the art in the book. And so it's a classic Nazi cover. No, I live in Florida. I used to live in Wisconsin. I grew up in Wisconsin, though. I live in Ocala, Florida. Matter of fact, I just went back for the first time in 35 years in May. It's a really cool cover. And that is, I said 42, number 11. There's not a whole lot of this in this haul. We got Green Hornet, all new comics. Number 13, second to last issue. This is Alverson cover, 1946. And a lot of people think it's Joe Simon. I don't know. It doesn't look like Simon, but there are people that say it's Simon and Kirby, and then there's people that say it's Alverson, and there's different conflicting credits on the internet. Yeah, but not in comics, I don't think. So, I mean, it was tagged as first Halloween. What do I know? I'm just following the information that I research. But it's first Halloween in comics, not the first time Halloween was used. And what's up, Fizz Pop One? Always glad to have you in. Guys, Sub Fizz, go watch his videos. He does some great Lost Heroes of the Golden Age from all different publishers. Hey, what's up? Circumstances in the house. Man, I'm glad y'all come kind of join in. This, I can't believe I found this for $20. This is a sweet book on eBay. I did read this. It's really fun. Sweet Voodoo Curse, Witch, Voodoo Doll. Just love those kind of covers. They're not too prevalent. This is Strange Suspense Stories. It's the last issue. It's from 1953. It's number 5. There are 2 titles to this. This first one was by Fawcett, and then the second one is by Charlton. And I recommend, if you can find the Fawcett ones, yeah, pick those up. They're a lot harder to get. And what I really hate nowadays is this book was $20, ended up with tax and shipping, ends up 30. This book ended up being, what is this other book? It's just how the day we're living in now. This book was $8. When I got done with tax and shipping, was like $20. So I paid more for everything else than the actual book. Me and my wife were having a discussion about that. It's like, this is where we're at today in the world. We're pretty much paying for everybody else up front before we pay for our products. This is a cool book, a hard one to find. I've been looking for it for a while. So it's one of those books on my mental list, and I just saw the new listing. It was very inexpensive. Altogether with shipping and tax, 37.44. But just a tough book to get in the run because it's one of the few horror books. I think there's like 3. And there's this one over here. And then there's another one I have. It's got the poison bottles on the cover. I ended up finding that. This is another book. I waited for about 2 years and finally someone posted one for $20. I bought this a few years ago. This book usually ranges about 120 or more, even in low grade. And then this book, woo, what did I pay for this? I paid 166 with shipping and tax. Just a gorgeous cover, and this book just has that pizzazz. Because I've had several people contact me asking me if I wanted to trade or sell this book, and it's completely split. But these Canadian whites, because it's just white and green and black in the whole comic book, and they're so scarce and they're really hard to find in high grade. Yes, a Canadian book, Fizz Pop. Just a really great train cover. And that's Captain Marvel Jr. I couldn't even tell who that was. I thought it was Shazam in the beginning. That's a great book. So I upgraded my Invaders #1 from low grade to high grade. I said it was about time. Shout out to Lady Fantastic. She was able to hook me up with my Invaders #1, which I kind of been after for a long time. And usually these are books I don't want to pay a whole lot of money for. And what did I pay for this? I ended up paying with shipping $44 for like a 8.590 copy. So happy to get that. Oh, you did? I got to check it out. Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, I did some research and there are really great titles. I don't know, did you do that one recently? Because I don't know if I seen that one or not. I'm gonna go check it out. There's just something about Canadian Golden Age is just so more scarcer than American Golden Age, and it's like going out and looking for treasure. So I picked this up. Yeah, she is. She's awesome. Caroline's. I already had this. I should have looked it up in my app. I didn't think so. Sometimes I want to rely on my memory, and I want to be like proud of myself that I remembered a book that I didn't have. And then sometimes I get depressed when I go, oh dang, I had that. I couldn't remember it. But anyways, this is really cool reprint. #1, February 1966. I paid $20 from this from the shop up the street. And yeah, so you got Steve Ditko, you got Jack Kirby, Dick Ayers, Joe Sinnott, and who else? And Don Heck. Fantasy Masterpieces #1. Just it's not an expensive book. It's not a big key. It's just a really hard book to find. I don't think there was a whole lot of these printed. And I think that's in the era where DC they were still being distributed by DC, and DC only allowed Marvel, I think, 8 titles a month. Oh, nice. Yeah, like that female superhero. What's her name? I forget her name. In Maple Leaf, I think Maple Leaf Publishers. What's up? Southern Comic Geek from Mississippi's in the house. I got one book left, guys. This book, I got it, and I didn't really appreciate as much until after I got it and I started really looking at it and kind of doing a little research on it. It's one of the best Steve Ditko covers that I think he's ever done. If you just keep staring at it, it just looks so cool. Now, someone mentioned that this was the same street as Fantastic Four #1. I don't know about that. It could be. I like the train, the journey into mystery, the logo, and it's one of Ditko's better monsters. It has more of a 3D look to it. Let's do a comparison. I have another book here. Now this one, even though it's cool, classic Strange Tales, the monsters look a little bit more, I don't know, dumb, stupid, less monstrous than this. This is Strange Tales number 88, and I paid 50 for that one. And what did I pay for this? I paid 50 for this one also, which I think, books like this, I think they won't just increase in value, especially if it's a nice grade. So that's all I have. But you know what? I got 10 minutes to hit a half hour. Let me grab a couple more things and we'll look at them. Oh, I have some more books here. Oh, sorry. I have more books I didn't show yet. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I didn't show all these yet. I just picked up a second copy of this book. This is also Canadian. This is by Superior Publishers, number 5, January 54. Very cool cover. Are you getting that, guys? My Secret Marriage. Just a great cover. I think I won the other one for like 40 bucks. Picked this up cheaply off my comic shop for 12 bucks. Nice American flag, Spirit of 76 from 1947. Yeah, Nelvana, yes. What shocked me, Fizz, is that once they lifted the embargo or whatever it was, that the Canadian kids would prefer the American superheroes to the original ones of their own country, which I thought they were much cooler. This is another one. I paid good money for this. It's actually an upgrade, but I already had it, and I didn't think I did. So number 23 and on was headline switched to crime, and then Simon and Kirby were doing all the books for probably the next, I don't know, 20 issues or so. But from 23 to I think 29, they do some really good girl covers, and she is on every cover of the issue with the red dress and the blonde hair. I don't know if it's the same character, but it's the same looking woman. This was Headline Comics number 26 from 1947. And I paid 100 and something for this. But these books are very hard to get, the early crime headlines, and they do go for money even in low grade. This is one from my comic shop, just the killer Flash Gordon. Now this is a British comic from 1962. I paid $7 for that. It's a high grade copy. Oh, just I picked this up for the dollar. Alan Moore, Swamp Thing, Volume 2, and I'm 86. So early Alan Moore on the title. And I picked this one up. It's a decapitation cover about mirrors in the madhouse. Unexpected, number 201, 1980. They're about to chop her head off. The Wax Museum. I guess it's a wax display of their chopping her head, but the girl is like, that's me. And then there's a guy behind her with the cleaver. Do they call that a cleaver? Or no, it's in battle axe, maybe? Picked up a second cut. Now this one I knew I had a second, but it was $1. And it's the Bullseye, all new. So they were giving new talent a shot in this. This is trying to save the Charlton company. It was kind of almost ready for out of business at the time. This is 86. I think they went on for maybe another 2 or 3 years. Then I picked up Secrets of Haunted House with Mystery, another voodoo cover, voodoo doll cover, dollar book. Nice high grade copy of that. And then we found some Ditko. Some high grade Ditko too. Number 28, 1981, Scary Tales. We got another. I don't think this is Ditko. This may be Zach. I don't know who this is. Maybe Joseph Madden. I don't know. Scary Tales, March 82. If you find Charltons in the 60-cent range, those have this lowest print run of the Charlton, from what I'm told. Okay, let's see what Fizz Pop's got to say here. Oh, the Charlton Bullseye. They have some nice books in the run. Last Charlton, the Vito question. Oh, dude. Let me look. Let's see what I got here. Just got this. I showed this, I think, in a video already, or maybe a new upload. Captain Atom, number 84. Just the new costume. Blue Beetle backup. Steve Ditko art. That covers some ads. And okay, what did I show this one yet? Yeah, I did. Number 80, number 1982, number 31. Another dollar book. Scary Tales 25, 1981. I don't know who does that. I think that is a Ditko cover there. Oh yeah, nice. And hey, Fizz, include in your video if you're doing hosts on horror books, Blue Beetle number 7. Let me see, I got it right here. Or no, I'm sorry, not Blue Beetle. Yellow Jacket number 7. This has the first old witch narrating a story, and this is 7 years before EC's Old Witch. So Yellow Jacket's number 7. It's technically the first horror comic, or first hosted horror comic in the Golden Age, from what I understand. That's what I've been told. So that's the Yellow Jacket number 7 from June 1946. Yeah, I just picked that up. I saw it. So I don't know where I got it. It was with shipping and everything. It was $81. I couldn't pass it up. And it's universal grade. It's a 6.5. I thought it was a great deal. Okay, let's move on. We got Johnny Pearl versus the Ultimate Assassin, number 206, Unexpected. And that's from January 81. This is when I was buying books off the newsstand. I like the fact that they have these like runs where they had a backup feature and he gets popular and then he graces the cover. Like I Vampire, Mr. E, Johnny Pearl, number 208, March 81. And then a nice Perez. I don't even know if I had this. I may not. But dang it, for $1, Adventure Comics, number 485 with a George Perez cover. I'm hoping he does the interiors also, but probably not. I think Carmen Infantino was doing the art on that. And this book was $5. Marines in Battle. Nice copy too. What the heck? At my comics at the shop in town. December 54. And this is a Ross Heath cover. For $5. Look how high grade that thing is. I forgot I got this. Oh yeah, it was good. I forgot that I got this. Is a really good deal. Russ Heath, $5. Marines in Battle, Atlas, Golden Age, and high grade. It's weird. This store, every now and then, I find Golden Age really cheap because unless it's like DC or Timely or something like that, they really don't know how to price things. It's strange. eBay purchase is the high grade copy. Strange Tales 133 with Doctor Strange. Fantastic Four. I paid $57 with shipping and tax, but I'm trying to get some more silver, high grade issues in my collection. I've been a really low grade collector forever, and so I'm trying to switch gears. And this is a key confusion. It says Money believe that this is the first Klee cover, but it's not. This is not Klee, but this is Shazana and Nazaka is her sister over here. And actually, I did read this. Last one. This is a book I've been looking for I don't even know how long. So Charlton, we talked about that. Real cheap publishers, and they had something with the mail where you could pay less for postage if your numbering was a certain way. If you had a title already in existence, you had a certain amount you paid for shipping those books. If you switched a title and you went to number one, it's a new series, then you had to fill out a whole like another paperwork on the series for mailing them out. And so they kept numbering and they would switch titles. I think this was Police Trap first, and then for 6 issues, it was Public Defender. This is the last issue, but these are really scarce. This is the first time I've seen, and the third time I've seen one for sale on eBay since I've been collecting off eBay. And the first two were auctions like 3 years ago, and they went for extremely high prices. Someone popped this one up who didn't know anything about comics, and I don't have the price here, but I think I paid less than 30 for this. And it's a really nice copy too. So it's Public Defender in action. And so I'm happy to finally get one of these. That's what I love about collecting Golden Age. And this is a golden, for me, Golden Age started in 1954. That's when the comic code came in existence. So you'll find books on this 54 year that will either have them or won't, or they may not have it till the end of the year. A lot of them didn't have it till like August of 54. And a lot of comics, after they had to kowtow to the code, the titles were really not good for at least the first year because they were like feeling around in the dark, not sure what they could get away with. And it could be possible that the book could be denied publishing. So they really sterilized all the stories and art for that first year, second year, and then they started to know what they could get away with, and things got better after that. I'm a big not collector of anything with a comic code if it's Golden Age, but if the price is right, I'll pick up anything even if it has a code. What's up, movie world? Well, guys, I've been here a half hour, and I don't want to be sticking around because if you're like me, I look at times on videos, and sometimes I'll look, wow, it's an hour and a half. And instead of just skimming through or watching a few minutes, I usually pass over it. I want to keep this short. Did you consider EC Horror Golden Age? Of course, yes. Anything before 54, in my opinion, was Golden Age. Actually, I don't have very many EC horror books. This is probably one of the fewer ones that I have that have actually, it's a nice copy. I have some of their other stuff, like The Funny Animal. I do have another horror book. I have an annual, but it's coverless. And I think I may have one or two more like horror books by EC. I don't have a whole lot. They're expensive, and for me, if they're not listed, if I don't see a listing on a good price, I don't go for the auctions because these are the books that people really, really want. And you can get in an auction and you can just lose control and end up overspending on these books. So I'll just wait till they're buy it nows. I appreciate everybody hanging here at the lair with Nighttiger Comics. I'm going to be putting out a haul in probably 2 or 3 days. But I'm and I'm doing really good for the first time. I think I bought one Golden Age book in the last week and a half, which is a record for me because we're going to Sweden for my wife's birthday, and I'm really trying to save some money. And there's been a couple books that I really, really wanted, and I passed on them. which is shocking to me. Later, all great stream. Thanks a lot, brother. And I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all. Have a great Sunday. And yeah, hit me up if you want to do a live stream in the future. I'm always up for showing books. It doesn't even have to be Golden Age if you want to do something else. If you want to get on and you don't have a channel and you want to do a live show and you want to share your collection, contact me on Instagram. I'm always up for doing streams with new people. So this is Night Tiger. Everybody have a great Sunday. Peace out of here.